1. Tangal 22-23, Going to Japan. The journey to Japan, from preparation to landing in Tokyo. Preparing for a trip to Japan was an overwhelming but exciting experience. The cold weather was something I was not used to, and a few days before departure, I had to focus on buying the necessary gear, a thick winter coat, scarves, thermal socks, and gloves. The thought of facing sub-zero temperatures in Japan was both exciting and nerve-wracking. I wanted to ensure that I was properly prepared for the weather and could stay warm throughout the trip. The first hurdle in my journey came during my flight with Jetstar. As the plane was about to take off, a disruption caused by some passengers delayed the flight by an hour. I was initially frustrated, but the delay gave me some time to settle in and adjust. Once the plane finally took off, the flight experience was quite enjoyable. The view from the window was breathtaking, and I couldn't help but marvel at the beauty of the clouds and the landscapes below. After 3 hours of flight time, I landed at Changi Airport in Singapore for an 11-hour layover. Instead of wasting the time, I decided to explore the airport, as it is known for being one of the best in the world. However, I faced difficulties finding halal food and a designated place for prayer, which was a bit challenging, especially as it was time for me to perform my prayers. The next leg of my journey was a late-night flight to Tokyo with Zip Air, aboard a large Airbus, which was my first time flying on such a big aircraft. The flight was about 6 hours long, and while it felt lengthy, it was a smooth ride. Upon arriving in Narita, I was relieved but immediately faced another challenge, locating my luggage. The baggage claim area was massive, and it took me a while to find the right spot. Luckily, a helpful staff member noticed my confusion and assisted me in locating my bag. After navigating the airport and immigration procedures, I finally felt like I had made it to Japan. It was a journey full of ups and downs, but it marked the beginning of an unforgettable experience. 2. Tangal 23-24, Adapting in Japan. My first day in Japan, lost but full of lessons. Upon arriving in Japan, I was immediately struck by the chilly air, which was much colder than I had anticipated. The temperature was around 16 degrees Celsius, but it felt colder with the wind. Despite the cold, the sun was shining brightly, and the sky was clear. I felt a mix of excitement and nervousness as I stepped out of the airport. One of the most challenging aspects of my first day was navigating my way around Japan. I had prepared by downloading Google Maps, but the routes were far more complex than I had imagined. I found myself in a bit of a panic as I realized that I had no clear idea of where to go. I tried asking a local woman for help, but she didn't speak English. Fortunately, she was very kind and used Google Translate to communicate with me. It was at that moment that I realized how important it was to try and use the local language or technology, like translation apps, when you're in a foreign country. Despite my efforts, I ended up getting lost. I asked a few more people, but they didn't quite understand my broken Japanese or English. After some time, I was finally able to understand that I needed to catch a bus to get to my destination. Once on the bus, I had to transfer to a train. It was overwhelming, and I could feel my stress levels rising, but I reminded myself to stay calm and ask for help when needed. Eventually, after asking for directions multiple times, I finally reached the apartment I had booked. But even after reaching the area, I was faced with yet another challenge, retrieving the apartment key. The key was hidden in a specific location, and I had to enter a code to access it. After some trial and error, I finally figured it out and was able to settle in just in time for iftar. This experience was a valuable lesson in patience, perseverance, and relying on the kindness of strangers to get by. 3. Tangal 24-29, Attending an International Seminar at Toshi Center, Japan. Attending an international seminar in Japan, meeting amazing people from around the world. One of the highlights of my trip was attending an international seminar at the Toshi Center in Japan. This seminar brought together people from all over the world, and I was eager to participate. However, reaching the seminar venue wasn't without its challenges. Just like on my first day, I found myself getting lost while navigating through Tokyo. The complex train system and multiple made it difficult to stay on track, but I eventually made it to the seminar venue. The event was attended by a diverse group of people, from elementary school teachers to university professors. It was a unique opportunity to engage with people from different cultural backgrounds and share knowledge and ideas. I was particularly amazed at the advanced thinking of the attendees. There were discussions on cutting-edge topics in education, technology, and global development, and I felt fortunate to be part of these conversations. I had the chance to listen to various presentations and gain insights that were both thought-provoking and inspiring. I found myself deeply immersed in these discussions and was grateful for the opportunity to improve my own knowledge and understanding of the world. On the 5th day of the seminar, I had the chance to present my own paper. Although I was nervous, I felt honored to be able to contribute to the global conversation. Presenting my ideas to such a knowledgeable audience was incredibly rewarding, and I felt that it helped me grow both personally and professionally. I also had the chance to connect with fellow participants, building relationships that may last long after the seminar. Overall, attending this seminar was an incredible learning experience, and it reinforced my belief in the power of international collaboration and cross-cultural exchange. 4. Tangal 30, Exploring Japan. Exploring Japan in a day, Shibuya, Shinjuku, and European-style campuses. After spending a few days at the seminar, I decided to take some time off and explore Tokyo. The city is famous for its energy, neon lights, and vibrant culture. I had always wanted to visit places like Shibuya and Shinjuku, so I made those my first stops. These areas are known for their bustling streets, impressive skyscrapers, and unique shopping experiences. The vibe in Shibuya, with its famous crossing, was overwhelming yet exhilarating. It felt like being in the heart of a fast-paced city. I also visited Shinjuku, a place that perfectly blended modern city life with glimpses of traditional Japanese culture. As I walked around, I found myself captivated by the beautiful architecture and the constant motion of the people. I also took time to visit some universities, like Tokyo University and Waseda University. The campuses were beautiful and had a European-style architecture that reminded me of some of the best universities in the world. Walking around these campuses made me realize just how advanced and prestigious Japanese institutions are. Despite the excitement, one of the challenges I faced while traveling around Tokyo was the lack of alternative transportation. In Japan, there are no taxis or rickshaws, so walking is the primary mode of transport. This made exploring the city quite physically demanding, as I had to walk long distances between locations. Another issue I faced was finding halal food. I struggled to find halal restaurants, and when I did, the prices were quite expensive. I often had to settle for bread from convenience stores like Family Mart. Despite these challenges, the overall experience of exploring Tokyo was unforgettable. I also had the chance to break my fast at a Turkish mosque, which was a special moment. Although the mosque was crowded, it was heartwarming to connect with fellow Muslims in a foreign country. 5. Tangal 31, Eid in Japan. Eid in the Land of the Rising Sun, a unique Eid al-Fitr experience in Japan. Eid celebrations in Japan were a unique and unforgettable experience. In Japan, Eid is celebrated on different days depending on the mosque, which meant that my Eid prayers fell on different dates than usual. I chose to attend the Eid prayer at the Indonesian Embassy Mosque, which was scheduled for the 31st of March. The journey to the embassy was not easy, as I had to carry my luggage with me since it was also my checkout day from the apartment. Fortunately, I was able to store my luggage at Shibuya Station, where they had a large luggage storage facility. This made it much easier to walk around and explore without the burden of carrying my bags. After leaving my luggage, I made my way to the embassy, only to find that it was closed. A notice indicated that the Eid prayers would be held at the Indonesian school mosque instead. I then walked about 5 kilometers to the mosque, which was a long distance, but I was determined to get there. When I arrived, I found a very long line of people waiting to pray. The prayer was conducted in 5 shifts, and I was in the last group. Although I almost missed the prayer, I was relieved to be part of the celebration. It was truly heartwarming to see so many Indonesians for